Hey, what's up, guys? How you all doing? Make a sharp. It's 11:30 p.m. now, and I'm seeing a change in the structure on Nasdaq. And then I just thought that I should just make a video so that we update ourselves, guys. Because remember, the last time we made the video, we did mention that this went below, and then that's when we put that trend line there. And we said we just hope, you see where it turned. We wanted it to touch this before taking off, but that didn't happen. It just betrayed us and turned there and took off, ne? And so, because remember, I had a buy limit there, now I just removed it. Why? Because of what? You see where the price is now. You see where the price is. There's a few things that we need to take into consideration now. Number one, we were waiting here. This was our nearest area of support where we wanted to buy, and our trend line was here, and we were going to hit this level before breaking the trend line, so we could buy from this because the trend line will still be holding, ne? But now that the structure looks like this, none of that still applies. Number one, what is it that you can say you are picking up from this structure, the current structure? We have a new high, we have a higher high, which means the last high we had was that before going down here. Now we have a new high, meaning this point here that gave us that high must be part of the trend line. That's how we roll. That's the first point. So that means we have to take this trend line. Now it must start from this to that. This is our new trend line. So with this being the new trend line, it means if we are having a new high, we must have a new area of support. So we are going to neglect this one. We are moving to the next one, which is here. So we just need to update ourselves. As soon as when the structure is moving, you need to update your chart. So those ones like myself who are trading the mid time frames, or not higher time frames, but the mid like H4, we didn't get a trade. But I'm sure those ones were trading smaller time frames of my M15 during this price action, they got trades. But remember, what is important is for you to pick your time frames and stick to them, né? So now, what is it that you can tell me about this? I can remember our trend line used to be here. But now when we're having a new high, I said that last point, we don't really need to involve it. We just need the two recent ones, which is going to be, this is the recent, and then the second recent is this. So the trend line must just join those two. It should be fine, ne? So now my question is, what is it that you can, if I ask you to make a comment about this area of support here, what is it that you can tell me? I would say, I hope you will agree with me on this one, because remember, we don't just trade everything. We want to see what is it that this support has done for us to rely on it and say, if the price comes back to it, I can buy. Number one, it broke short-term trend line, which is this. Because remember, I said I used to make, remember there's a video that I made about trend lines, guys. If you haven't watched that video, make sure that you watch it. There's a few points that I made at trend line. I said, just because we have a trend line does not mean we have a bargain. Just because we have a trend line pointing down does not mean we have got the trend is bearish. Why? Because that's when I was saying, it just shows that the momentum, the short-term momentum at that point between here and here, this short-term period, the momentum was sort of to the downside, but we were not bearish. Why? Because we were bullish. For us to move from being bullish to bearish, we need to break bullish trend line and also support, which means we were supposed to break this, and the support that we had at the time was this and this. That's when we can say we are now going down. But we were just short-term momentum pointing to the downside, and now this area of support that we have, it gave us a move that broke that short-term momentum line or trend line, y1, and also it broke the high, it broke the resistance, it broke this, it formed the move that broke that. So this area of support, it's something that we can take trades from, because remember, the goal, guys, the goal is to come here. That's what we've been saying. The goal is to go there. And now we do have the engulfing. Right one. So we are more than welcome. I just hope now, because tomorrow is Friday, I just hope it will give us a comeback too. Even if, let's say, the price, it goes up and then it comes down, but it comes to this point, it does not reach this. Are we allowed now to take trades from this? Yes? No? What do you think? Someone can say, yes, we are allowed to buy from that. And then another one can say, no, we are not allowed to buy from that. And then now I would say we are allowed to buy. If the price was to come here, because remember, sometimes price plays, it plays a lot, and then you can just do this, and then by the time it gets here, you see that for it to get here, it needs to break the trend line, meaning I won't be able to buy now because we'll be outside the trend line. So now if it comes and touches the trend line there, for as long as, remember I said that the structure, that the key structure of a trend, for us, if let's say we're talking about bullish this time around, the key structure of bullishness king, bullish, trend line, and support. So if we have a pin bar or a smaller engulfing at these key areas, which is our bullish trend line and support, we are more than welcome to take those trades. So if the price was to come here and give us, pin bars, we're more than welcome to enter anyhow you want. Someone can say there's a pin bar, I'm entering. Someone can say there's a pin bar, I'm putting a buy stop there, and then all of us, we're gonna be entering and hoping that the price is gonna continue pushing until it does what? Until it gets into this zone. That's where we are headed. And if you want to draw it, you can even draw it like this from here. Like this. And look at this as a pullback to that zone. So you can see the zone is that one. So that's where the price is trying to get to. Why one? So for now, all we'll be looking for is buying. But if you're trading smaller time frames, you could have had selling opportunities there, because remember, it all depends on the time frame combination that you're taking. If now I'm saying I'm only taking H4, H1, and maybe M15, this is the highest time frame on my on my thing. Or if I'm taking H1 and HM15, you find that at some point H1 was bearish, meaning it allowed me to take trades. So it all depends on the time frames that you take. And now the ones that I trade, it didn't allow me to take trades. But in this case, for now, we just want to take trades from this, or if it gets to the trend line and it gives us reasons to buy, we'll just buy, because we still have enough space for the price to move before it can hit what? Because before it can hit this, or I think you should draw it here, before it can hit that. And we do have what? Engulfing, which is works in our favor, and it gives us reasons to buy. But just that we got betrayed here. I really would have liked the price to touch this, but you see, he missed it by this much. But it's part of the game. Part of the game. You miss it, you'll just have to, don't beat yourself up. You just have to wait, be patient, you'll find something else. Remember this, you're not only focusing on Nasdaq, you can trade whatever that you want. It's just that now I don't like currency pairs, guys. I don't like currency pairs. And I explained in the video, the video that I made on the difference between currencies and stocks and indices, where I said, I don't want to go into details much about it. I want to just make sure that you watch that video, then you will understand why I do not like currencies. Because the currencies, they can go up as much as they can go down. So it doesn't matter what I'm comparing this and that. They always have a range. On a higher time frame, they're just doing this. So it doesn't matter. You can't say the bullish seems to be the one that is in favor. The other currency can do well and push the price down. But when you're talking about things like stocks and indices, generally they are going up. So meaning, if you get nice entries to the upside, at least you know that what I'm trading, it's the momentum in most cases is always pointing up. Then you know that you are safe if you are taking trades. But with currencies, it can just go up. It can go up and then go down and then just do this. So you will never be able to pick the right direction most of the time. I don't like them, and they don't pay a lot. Because if I show you stocks, things like Nasdaq, you can see, if you check this thing is generally going up, and then this between here, this is just put in. is the one that caused that, the Ukraine and Ukraine and Russia, those conflicts, the war and stuff. That's what caused this. And this one here was COVID. So generally the stocks move up until something big happens. So that's why I don't like trading the currencies. I like these ones because they are always pointing up until something big comes. You would never, like, it's very rare to find something like this. You would never find something like this on Nasdaq out of the blue. There must be a reason. So that's why I prefer them. So in this case, we all agree that the price has reached what this area, and we do have a chance to go up. And this bar closed as a pin bar, and then we have a chance to go until there. So there's still enough room for us to go to the upside. That's why yesterday or the day before we were rooting for this one. We wanted it to come here so that we can take our buy, but it didn't. This is our next one. And then if you're trading, let's say H1, is there anything new on H1? Not really, because it's also gonna bring you to this, or if it gives you this, but it's very small, but you can take your chances there. But for as long as this, if it's 50, where it's going to 10 before coming to you, it must be at least 100. Then you can take it by from there if you are the one who is trading the currency. I mean the time frames of H1 and stuff. But if you are now you're executing from H4, I will not choice but to wait here. Those ones who are waiting and on H1, they can take that zone that we identified there, and it be like, okay, I'm taking it. And where is it located? We can see there. This was our old resistance. We broke it and we left a mark here, which is this. And when we come back, we can see the old resistance becoming the new support, and then the price can hold there and go up. So you have a chance there. Even if you're trading your H1, you can take this and say it is located at the old resistance. So maybe it will become the new support and then go up. But if you lose that, then you're going to have to wait and enter with us from this. Then maybe that's when we'll all go up, and our target is what is here. I think by next week, the price should be at least there. That's if it doesn't form any structures that are going to point to the downside. But at this time, we can see that everything is pointing up. We are headed to that zone. That's why we are so looking for buying opportunities everywhere. All right, that's it, guys. This is just the video that I made today. I don't want to post too many videos because I want to give you guys a chance to go through those videos and digest the stuff that I'm saying there and even practice. So I can give you one video today and then skip tomorrow and then give another video the other day, or I can give you two today, skip tomorrow, and then so that you have a chance to go through the videos and digest all the stuff. And if you have any comment regarding the stuff that I'm teaching, if let's say here we're talking about the Nasdaq, if there's something that I mentioned here and you feel like you need more clarity on, you can just put it in the comment section. I'll try and attend to it, or I can refer you to another video where I covered that topic if I done so. If not, then I'll just make another video and address that. All right, just don't make sure that you don't forget to like and subscribe, né? And then I'll see you in the next one tomorrow, Friday. And Fridays are not good for trading, but I will just monitor and see if the structure can give me something that I can give me like a topic where I can make a video and share with you guys. Because now all I do is just monitor the current structure, and then I can think of something that I think it's worth sharing based on the current structure, so that I educate you, so that in the future when you see something like this, at least you know what to look for. All right, sharp guys, I'll see you in the next one.